It's funny when you start thinking about moving to the Philippines, one name keeps popping up, Dumaguete. They call it the city of gentle people. But for expats, it's becoming something else, the expat capital of the Philippines. But why here? Why not Cebu, Bohol, Davao? What makes Dumaguete the place where so many of us land and never leave? And why do so many of us become YouTubers? I don't know. It's in the water. I don't know. But so many guys do YouTube here in the Philippines. They do YouTube in Dumaguete. I think it's a lot to do with the community. There's a lot of bloggers here in Dumaguete. It's easy to get help. It's easy to get collaboration. It's easy to get started. I've seen a lot of guys come here and fail. I see a lot of guys who come here and succeed. The ones that fail, maybe it's because it's a misunderstanding of how YouTube works. And everybody has a different idea of what success is in YouTube. A lot of it is, I just know how to put a video up and I enjoy one person watching it. I enjoy getting one like and I enjoy getting one comment. Or are you trying to reach a multitude of people and get a large audience and try to boost your income? All these things are possible. And it's anything from the first where you're just having fun to you're trying to make a major business out of this. We've all watched P. She is a major business in this. Other people are doing it for a hobby. Other people like me are doing it to help the income stream. But now that I've been doing it for a while, it's addictive. I like doing it. And I'm still going to keep doing YouTube, even if the revenue goes down and the viewership goes down. A lot of guys who were having YouTube channels during COVID, it was a blessing. They got a lot of views, a lot of subscribers, because people were stuck at home with nothing else to do but to watch YouTube and dream about traveling to the Philippines. That was me. And then when I got here, I thought I could do it better than everybody else. Lo and behold, I can't, but I've been lucky so far, thanks to all my viewers. And the guys, if this is your first time watching the channel, my name's Mike, and I want to welcome you to Life Abroad After 60. Why do some people think Dumaguete is the expat capital of the Philippines? I get so many comments in the comments section. I get emails, and I watch other bloggers talk about there's too many foreigners in Dumaguete, too many expats. Well, why is that? Well, one, a lot of people want to come here, and there's not too many expats here in Dumaguete. I think it's the right amount of expats to population and to things that you want to do here where you can still be in touch with an expat community, but you can still have your own individual space away from everybody else. Look at me here. I'm 15 minutes outside of downtown Dumaguete. There's not an expat anywhere. I'm up here in the mountains. And this is the reason why many people choose to live in Dumaguete. One, it's a small town with a big city feel to it. You know, you can go downtown. They have the McDonald's, then the Jollibees and the shopping mall, and you can buy all the electronics you want here. Plenty of places to shop. Lots and lots of different restaurants to eat at. And Dumaguete is close to so many things. I don't think it's the best home base if you're going to do a lot of travel. But if you want to have those weekend getaways, you have them here. 4 or 5 hours up to Cebu City, a 45-minute airplane flight. You can go to Bohol, and that's a 2-hour ferry ride. Or you can take that 45-minute ferry ride over to Sikihor, which is a big destination for many European tourists. A lot of nice resorts right on the beach. They have beautiful beaches there, blue water, beautiful spots, Sikihor. But there's many of those places here on the main island of Negros, especially going south. This is a great place if you love nature and you love your freedom. The cost of living here in Dumaguete, it's not the cheapest place to live, guys. There are cheaper places to live. I see a lot of bloggers showing $100 to $200 a month apartments. If that's what you want to live in, go right ahead. But here in Dumaguete, you're going to pay more because of the expat community, but more because things are more westernized. The houses you rent are more of a Western style home. You know, double pane glass windows, solid doors. You're sitting in your living room. You don't hear the traffic going by. You don't hear the dogs constantly barking. The amenities in some of the places you can rent here are great. The place I live is $35,000 a month. 2 bedroom, 2 bath with a 500 square meter lot, completely enclosed with a wall, a gate, a driveway, a carport, and a kubo. It's more than I need, but it's what you can find here. And what many guys are looking for is a Western style living, not completely, but a Western style living at a very affordable price. I'll totally agree with the traffic and the smog from the diesels. And I don't mean smog that hangs up in the air. What you're going to get on your face if you're on a motorcycle riding behind these big diesel trucks in the downtown area. But once you get out into Bacan, Darwin, Talai, Valencia, up into the mountains, San Carlos, you're going to get farther away and it becomes wider. The roads are much better, especially to the south and to the west of Dumaguete. The roads are beautiful. They've redone the road going from Bacan all the way through Zamboguita, almost all the way to Chatone and farther on into Santa Catalina. Beautiful 4-lane highway, 2 lanes each direction. The roads are getting better. Like I said, they're putting red lights in. This is where people come to live. This is not a place you come to hunt girls, to have a good party life, a nightlife. People come here and they live. They become residents of the Philippines. They become residents of Dumaguete. And they're going to be here for a long time. You know, they have relationships, not just, you know, boy-girl love relationships, but they make relationships friend-wise. They make a lot of good friends. And in all different age groups. Now me, I'm 70. I hang around more of the guys who are closer to my age. But there are guys here who are in their 40s, who are in their 50s, 60s, and they hang around their own people of the similar interest, people who have the same likes and interests that they have. And it could be also community here in Dumaguete. If you live up in Darwin and you're up in the mountains, you're going to hang out with the expats from the mountains over there. You're going to hang out in your community, maybe have a Tuesday night dinner every week where everybody gets together at a different restaurant and enjoys each other's company. You could be like me in Valencia here, where we meet for coffee 2 or 3 times a week and talk and bullshit and vent the things that we don't like about it here. But there's so many things we like. And I laugh at people who get upset and just get so frustrated with the style of life here in the Philippines, especially the style of life here in Dumaguete. It is slow pace, but you have to get used to it. The bureaucracy is slow. The customer service is slow. The quality of things is bad. Why? Because everything is cheaper. If you were paying American prices, you would get top quality items. You'd get top quality service. But you can't have both. You give up the high expenses to come here and enjoy your life. You get that financial freedom. And why they pick Dumaguete? Like me, I saw it on YouTube back in 2020, 2017. I was watching bloggers and different bloggers that aren't here anymore. I was watching Mike's Philippine Journey, who passed away a few years back. And I was watching Ned, who's still around with Philippine Dreams, and Bud Brown, and, you know, watched them before COVID and knew I wanted to come to the Philippines. Then I started watching Rodney with Amazing Philippines and Chris in Cebu, who Chris was doing the first that I can remember, the first walk and talk live stream where he would walk around Cebu City. But watching those two, and I got a good feeling for Cebu City, I decided I did not want to live in Cebu. I did not want to live in a big city. I wanted a smaller city. I settled down on the thoughts of Bohol, a beachfront community, you know, less people, more access to the water. But once I got there, I found I needed a little bit more than that. I did need the Western amenities. I needed to have some expat friends to talk to. I needed to have a variety of things to eat and a variety of places to visit in a day. And there were no mountains there. It was a long ride to go to the center of the island to get up into the mountains. Dumaguete offers all that. And I remember my first trip to Dumaguete. I was tired of Bohol. When I got here, I walked around. I got an Airbnb and I walked from the North Point area into downtown. I got breakfast at Casablanca, and it was the first good breakfast I had since I left the US. And they had a good price. It was half the price of what I paid in Behold. And I got twice as much food. And the service was great. And I found that I just started to enjoy Dumaguete and the boulevard and walking around. I didn't have a motorbike then. And I was on my own, but I started to meet people. I started to meet Bud Brown and other expats, not all YouTube bloggers, but just people. And everybody was enjoying their life here in Dumaguete. And that's what it is. People come here because they see that we're happy here. You know, people say there's a lot of issues in Dumaguete. Well, a lot of people have eyes on Dumaguete. When anything goes wrong, somebody's going to speak up about Dumaguete. But for a place to live, a place to enjoy, a place to raise a family, there's nothing better than Dumaguete. And I also want to touch on why so many guys become bloggers here and YouTubers here in Dumaguete. And no, it's not because when you get your ACR card, you have to have a YouTube channel to get it. That's not the reason. The reason is it's so easy to do videos out here, and the community of bloggers is friendly. You know, me personally, and Paul and Bud Brown and Mark Thornton, when he was here, you know, before he passed away, there were people you could talk to. They would tell you how to do it, what works, what doesn't work, pieces of advice and information that you could get from these bloggers. Collaboration. When I first started, I collaborated with a lot of people who were right at the same level of subscribers as me. When I had 3,000 subscribers, I reached out to other bloggers who had 3,000 subscribers, and most of them were women. Most were the female bloggers here. They were easy to get in contact with. It was easy to sit down and do an interview with them. They were so, you know, lighthearted and friendly back then. But now, as you grow in your channel, and there are a lot of really good channels now, and some channels are getting a little stale. My channel is very stale and need to shake it up a little bit. So we're going to do a little changes there. But blogging and Dumaguete, it seems like if somebody puts the word Dumaguete in their title, all of a sudden they're going to increase the views that they normally get. And if they talk about a Dumaguete blogger, if they put, you know, my picture up or somebody else's picture on their thumbnail, they're hoping to get more views. They're not doing it to advertise me. They're not doing it because they love me. They're doing it to try to get more views. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it just shows you Dumaguete is a key word. When people put Dumaguete in their description or their title, they get a few more views. You're not going to knock it out of the ballpark. You're not going to go viral, but you'll get a few more views as long as you're just doing it once in a while. As for new bloggers who come here to Dumaguete and they fail, you know, they're not quitting yet, but they're just not succeeding. They're spinning their wheels and they're going nowhere. You need to look at yourself and say, am I doing a good job? Is my video good? And if somebody's doing good, take a look at their channel. And maybe if you have the ability to put their video right next to yours and watch them both at the same time, look at the quality of the camera work. Look at the sound quality. Look at the content. Some guys come here and they're already a professional. They've been in the broadcasting business or the editing business. They have been behind the camera before and it's easy for them. Maybe they spent a year prepping before they got here so that they have a good channel. And I'm going to mention Joe Go Wonders. Joe Go Wonders is showing the same stuff I showed. Trouble is, he's showing it so much better. I showed getting a haircut. I showed going to a barbershop, getting a haircut for 50 pesos. Nobody watched, but he does it better. He put the camera in there. He shut the door. He had a conversation with the barbers. He made it an experience for the viewers. So he stepped up his game. You can take what people did when they first started. I showed vegetables. I showed our trips to the grocery store. I showed many things, but to be successful, you got to improve. What worked 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago to start won't work now. The world is changing, constantly changing. Up your game. People who are complaining about not getting enough views, there's a couple guys here in Dumaguete who do nothing but complain. I get messages from them. I get phone calls from them. Come on my channel, help me out. I can't help you out because your content is not that good. It's not entertaining. I have enough trouble keeping viewers watching my channel. It's art, and you have to keep striving at it, and you have to build a relationship with your audience. Why are there so many YouTubers in Dumaguete? It's easy to blog here. You don't have the noise. You ever try blogging in Cebu City? Janet and I would spend hours and hours going from place to place. All the music's on. Oh, the noise from the air conditioner is way too loud. It was hard to find a quiet place to interview someone or do a blog. Here in Dumaguete, you just get on your motorbike and drive 10 minutes and you're away from everybody. And only noise you have is the river noise. Dumaguete is easy to blog in. A lot of interesting stories, a lot of interesting places to show. It's not too big, it's not too small. The big reason guys are coming here is affordability, but it's not for the $800 a month budget. Dumaguete is more for the $12 to $18 or more a month budget. Things are a little bit more expensive because us expats coming here are demanding a better experience when we eat. We're demanding a better place to live. We go look at a place and we turn it down because it's the old-fashioned air conditioner that's in the window, and we want the split air unit, and we want the window sealed, double pane glass. We don't want that glass that is paper thin that you can hear everything. We're demanding a better quality experience here. It costs a little bit more. But the reason they're coming to Dumaguete, advertising. We're all talking about how nice it is, just like I am in this video. Remember, a new name to the channel, Life Abroad After 60. Thanks for watching, guys, and until next time.